1. Under WA law, to whom does the Security and Related Activities Control Act, 1996 apply? A. Only security officers working in armed guarding. B. Persons engaged in watching, guarding, protecting property, investigation or surveillance, and crowd control. C. Only private investigators and bodyguards. D. Only agents supplying security personnel. 2. Which of these license types requires completing an approved training course and passing a written exam? A. Security Officer License. B. Agent License only. C. Temporary License only. D. Security Consultant Class 1 with no training. 3. The pre-license test for agent licenses in WA is open book and based on which legislation? A. Security Agents Code 2005. B. Security and Related Activities Control Act 1996 and Regulations 1997. C. WA Criminal Code only. D. Local Council bylaws. 4. What is the required pass mark for the WA agent pre-license test? A. 80%. B. 85%. C. 90%. D. 95%. 5. If an applicant wants a security consultant license for Class 3 security doors, which requirement is true? A. No test required, only evidence of experience. B. A closed book pre-license test based on AS 5040 with minimum 80%. C. An open book test of the Act and regulations. D. Only first aid certification is required. 6. Which of these is not one of the classes under security consultant licenses? A. Class 1, safes, vaults, and locks. B. Class 2, security alarms, CCTV, etc. C. Class 5, cybersecurity operations. D. Class 4, watching, guarding, or protecting of property. 7. For what license types is security officer crowd controller competency testing required via SAIWA before application? A. Only for agent licenses. E. For security officer and crowd controller licenses. C. For consultant licenses only. D. No competency test is required. 8. What identification points are required when you attend SAIWA to sit the test? A. At least 50 points, 1 photo ID. Exactly 50 points, all must have photo. C. 100 points, and 1 must include photo identification. D. 150 points, 2 photos required. 9. What happens if you arrive late or don't bring required documents for the SAIWA test? A. You can sit anyway. B. Appointment will be canceled and you'll need to rebook and pay again. C. You're allowed a grace period of 30 minutes. D. You may borrow documents from staff. 10. Agent license holders in WA are allowed to do which of the following? A. Directly perform security guard duties without non-agent license. B. Supply the services of security officers, bodyguards, consultants, and installers. C. Operate outside the regulations of the Security Act. D. Temporarily act without a license. 11. What is required of a person applying for a security officer, non-agent license in WA? A. Only first aid certificate. B. Complete approved training course, pass written exam, submit application documents. C. No training, just pay fee. D. Only show past experience. 12. According to SAIWA, what core training content is included in the Certificate 2 in Security Operations? A. Marketing and sales of security services. B. Legislation, negligence, duty of care, courts, arrest powers, self-defense, searching, etc. C. Advanced firearms training. D. Only customer service and communication. 13. Which act prohibits unauthorized persons from acting as armed bodyguards in WA? A. Police Act 1892. B. Security and Related Activities Control Act 1996. C. Criminal Code WA. D. Licensing Regulation 2001. 14. Under the regulations, what is the classification of Security Installer License Class 3? A. Safes and vaults. B. Security doors. C. Complete CCTV installation. D. Watching and guarding property. 15. Which license class does not require a pre-license test? A. Agent license. B. Security Consultant Class 2. C. Agent license supply only. D. Security Installer License Class 4. 16. What is one of the responsibilities of agent license holders under the Act? A. To perform physical guard duty personally. B. To maintain particular records and report to Commissioner of Police. C. To act outside of licensing conditions if directed. D. To bypass regulations in emergencies. 17. Where do applicants more than 50 kilometers from the Perth GPO complete their pre-license tests? A. At the Cannington Licensing Office. B. At their local police station. C. Via online proctor. D. In person at SAIWA in Perth only. 18. What is required to apply for a temporary agent license? A. Only pay the fee. B. Complete full training equivalent to permanent license. C. Letter from proposed agent outlining purpose, duration, event, plus supporting documents. D. No identification required. 19. The Certificate 2 in Security Operations qualifies a person for which roles? A. Armed guard. B. Security officer, unarmed guard or crowd controller. C. Investigator only. D. Technical security consultant. 20. For Security Consultant Class 3 and Security Installer Class 3, security doors, what is common requirement? A. No exam, only work experience. B. A pre-license test based on AS 5040 and pass mark of 80%. C. Only first aid needed. D. Open book test on the Act. 21. Which of these is stipulated under the Act regarding unlicensed persons? A. They may perform security work if supervised by licensed person. B. They may hold themselves out as licensed. C. They may act as agent if they advertise. D. It is prohibited to hold oneself out as being authorized to carry on license-required business if not licensed. 22. What is the minimum age to apply for a security agent license in WA? A. 16 years. B. 18 years. C. 21 years. D. No age limit stated. 23. What is a crowd controller under WA security licensing? A. Someone who guards property. B. Person licensed to monitor or control the behavior of persons, screen, remove people from premises or events. C. Any security officer with baton. D. Only those working at licensed venues. 24. What is the consequence of misrepresenting credentials under the Act? A. Nothing if first offense. B. May commit an offense. License may be suspended, canceled, or disqualification imposed. C. Only fine is imposed without license effect. D. Warning letter only. 25. Which test is closed book among WA's licensing requirements? A. Agent license pre-license test. B. Security Consultant Class 3 security doors test. C. Act and Regulations open book test for agent. D. Security Officer Test by SAIWA. 26. What does fit and proper person requirement refer to in the WA agent license context? A. Physical fitness only. B. Character, criminal history, financial responsibility, and ability to manage the business. C. Only criminal history. D. Only financial statements. 27. How many questions are in the agent pre-license test regarding agents who supply multiple services, officers, bodyguards, etc.? A. 10 questions. B. 15 questions. C. 20 questions. D. 30 questions. 28. What is required if applying for agent license on behalf of a company? A. Only personal ID. E. ASIC record of registration and certificate of incorporation extract. C. No business documents needed. D. Only a business plan. 29. What distinguishes a non-agent license from an agent license? A. Non-agent licensees may supply other licensed persons. B. Agent license may perform duties. Non-agent license only supplies. C. Agent licenses cover supplying services or advertising those services. Non-agent license allows performance of duties. D. There is no difference. 30. How long must records required under the Act be kept by a license holder? A. 1 year. B. 2 years. C. 3 years unless licensing officer otherwise directs. D. Indefinitely. 31. Which of the following is a core outcome of the Certificate 2 in security operations? A. Performing advanced chemical hazard handling. E. First aid, patrols, static guard duties, access control. C. Legal representation in court. D. Armed security operations. 32. What is the role of the WA Police Force Commissioner under the Security and Related Activities Control Act? A. None. Licensing is handled by private bodies. B. The Commissioner is the person for the time being holding or acting in office of Commissioner of Police. C. The Commissioner only hears appeals. D. Commissioner only sets fees, nothing else.